Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Hey Nancy, I'm well. How are you?
Oh, very nice to see you. I'm doing well.
Excellent. Good to see you too.
Thanks for asking. Let's begin with where you're situated. Where do you call home?
My home is in Tijeras, New Mexico, which is about 30 miles east of Albuquerque.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And then the second question, which gets us rolling right into the rest of the podcast, is
Yay.
what was your journey into veganism?
Sure. My journey was kind of slow, and I wish I didn't have to say that. I wish I had an epiphany when I was young and was vegan most of my life, but that wasn't the case. And I think that's the case with a lot of people. But I went through a process of eliminating bit by bit animal products off my plate. So I did go into veganism for actually a very short time. When I made that decision to go, I'm sorry, into vegetarianism for a short time. But once I got to that point, it was a very easy decision to go vegan. And that was about 18 years ago. So it took me a couple of years, but 18 years ago, I went completely vegan.
Awesome. Yay!
Yay!
And so you're here. You just did this past summer. You were part of the Red and Green Veg Fest. You did a nice little cooking demo,
Yep.
and hence you have started a vegan sanctuary for animals, Safe Place Animal Rescue and Sanctuary. Tell me
That's
a bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So I bought my house out here in Tejeras about 6 years ago. And it's 2.5 acres and it came with a barn. And I was so excited because I had always worked with dogs. I had always worked with the shelters, helping the dogs get socialized and trained and get adopted out. And when I got this house and I saw that barn, I knew I was going to take it a step further. So about a year in, I adopted Stan Lee. He was my first pig. And he's still with me today, my good old boy. And then it really kind of took off from there. So in the past 6 years, I had adopted 5 pigs and 4 goats. And I have 5 dogs that I've rescued that are permanent residents here too. And then it just really got to the point where I wanted to do more. And the only way I could do more is starting a nonprofit. So in October, I started the process. At the end of October, I got my 501c3, and it's been going fast and furious since then, but I am loving it.
So tell me, what are some of like the biggest challenges that you have faced in running the sanctuary?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest ones is they know you're a sanctuary, you're going to get a lot of calls about animals in need. So pretty quickly, I adopted 2 pigs, 2 potbelly pigs, and a young goat who were in desperate need of a home and in need of some care. So we have been kind of scrambling with getting things set up and doing computer work and budgets and things like that, and still keeping the animals in mind. So it's happening fast, and we are trying to keep up.
It's just started, but once you're all set, it'll be smoother. I won't say smooth, but smoother sailing.
Exactly. And one part of the reason why it's Safe Place Animal Rescue and Sanctuary is the rescue part of it is to provide temporary homes for foster dogs. So as you know, being from New Mexico, the euthanasia rate in the state is just astronomical. So the rescues that are trying to pull these dogs need foster spots. They need foster homes. So we want to build that out and become a bigger source. We've been fostering for years, but only one dog at a time. Now we want to be able to do more. So we are building dog runs. We are getting donations of crates. And we are shoring up a small building that's on the property that we are going to be using for pregnant mothers to have their puppies. So we want to get that going up quickly. We just got a grant, so one of the runs will be done in the next couple weeks. So yeah, we're excited about that. It's that two-part rescue and sanctuary. The animals up at the barn, the pigs, the goats, the chickens, this is their forever home. The dogs, we're going to give them a safe place, hence the name, safe place, to transition from being in a high kill shelter and getting them into their forever home.
Okay. And do you have like a success story of an animal that has been, well, rehabilitated by going to your sanctuary?
Um, the animals that come in here tend to be stressed. And we have found with patience and care and good food, they are able to adjust and become really, really wonderful companions. So that process has worked. And when a dog comes into the sanctuary, they immediately go on a vegan diet here. And we're happy to be able to do that as a vegan rescue and sanctuary, but there's a real functional part of that because meat, dairy, and eggs are the biggest allergens for dogs. So if you're bringing in a dog who's scared, who you don't know their history, you want them to at least be healthy and to minimize what could derail getting that dog in a better place. So they come in, they go on the vegan diet, they all love it. I have not had one problem, and I've been fostering for 10 years now. So that's really our goal. Get them in, get them healthy. And that's worked really well for us.
Yeah, and I definitely think that a vegan food diet for dogs is awesome. I know that my Tessa was on it, my Arwen was on it, the two dogs I have now, Piper and Max, are on it, and they've excelled. They've become healthier and better, and their fur is shiny, and they're just like the epitome of health.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Because you get some people who go, oh, dogs, they don't get, but it's not true, especially now because now there's a lot of recalls on dog food as well. Obviously,
Exactly.
because they get the same kind of food, lower grade than what we get, and you see all the recalls for our food.
Exactly. Exactly. And dogs today are about 15,000 years away from their wolf origin, right? So these dogs don't have to have meat. They've adapted. They've lived with humans for years. They're getting carrots. They're getting frozen green beans for treats. They can excel on a plant-based diet. And we use some high quality vegan dog food like VDog. They're a great partner. They give us great rates as a nonprofit. And we also make a dog stew for them. And we use recipes out of Dr. Pitcairn's book. And the dogs just love it. And they are happy and healthy and active. And the best indicators, those poops, and those poops are looking good.
Yeah, we want good poops.
That's right.
Not just in dogs, but in humans too.
That's true.
So tell us like what kind of help or what kind of things is a sanctuary needing right now that maybe people, and I'll put up the information how to contact, the
Perfect.
website and all that stuff, but like what kind of things might you be looking for to help you make the sanctuary a little bit more like you want it to be?
Yes. The biggest challenge right now is getting volunteers. So we are new. We're doing some outreach to the local community, but to be able to really ramp up the dog fostering program, we need volunteers. And to be able to house a pregnant dog who's going to have puppies, we need volunteers to check on them, to help out with cleaning and just all the work as the number of dogs that we help increases. So volunteers is a big one. And with the dog part of the fostering part of the rescue, once we're set up, we're in good shape. I mean, we need funds for the food, but once everything is built, we're ready to go. So volunteers, maybe a couple sponsors to get our food bank going, but that's really the big thing now.
Very good, very good. So, any other words of any kind that you want to give and send out to the universe right now in this new year?
For this new year, this journey into starting to help animals and getting to this point where we're at now to start the sanctuary has really brought a lot of joy into our life. And I think the main thing is you're living your life compassionately. You know that you are trying your best not to harm animals, people, the environment, and that feels good. So if folks would give it a try, I'm happy. I love to cook, Nancy. I did a very easy recipe at the Red and Green Veg Fest, but I love to cook. And if people want to reach out for recipes, some tips about cooking plant-based, please, put my contact information there. Happy to help there as well. But it's really been a joy, and it's a joy to really live your morals. And there's that nice balance, and it just feels good.
Yes, and let's make 2025 a more compassionate, kinder world for everybody.
Absolutely.
The thing is, like with veganism, if everyone adopted a vegan lifestyle, the world would be so much kinder and lovelier, and it would address a lot of major problems for all of us.
Exactly. Exactly. We would be able to feed the world.
Right, and not just some people, but everyone would benefit from it.
Exactly.
So stop kicking and screaming and join us.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, eventually the world will need to go vegan, but because
hopefully sooner than later.
You can't sustain what we're doing right now. So that's why I say stop screaming and kicking and join us. We can help you recipes and show you how this is so fulfilling spiritually,
absolutely,
healthily, for the planet, for people, and of course, especially the animals.
Exactly. Exactly. Well said.
And my thing is, if you have a pulse, you have a purpose. So go vegan.
There you go. Like that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us, Kelli. And like I said, I'll have information so people can reach out.
Thank you.
And help us, help you help the animals.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and inviting me on here.
Thank you for being. I appreciate you being here. Bye-bye.